Hey there. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Great to see you all as you come into the room. Is your revenue stuck? Has it plateaued? Worst case scenario, is it low? Okay. Is it going in the opposite direction? All right. I have to tell you, I had a couple of experiences this week that really highlighted for me and the main thing that I believe keeps people's revenue stuck. All right. And so I'm going to talk about that today. And then I also am going to talk about why I'm so hyped. Now, this is going to be a very quick live because my event, Black Millionaire Coach Live, is less than a week away. We are literally 5 days away. So, as you can imagine, I have a million and one things to do. Okay. And so I'm not going to be able to be on here long, but this was too important for me to keep to myself. All right. So I wanted to come on here and share it with you. Hey, everybody. Happy Saturday. How are you doing? Hey, Strictly Dr. J. How are you doing, my man? I haven't seen you in a minute. All right. So let me just go ahead and get right smack dab to the nitty gritty. Okay. Is there anybody here? Let me know in the chat where you have a particular revenue goal that you may have been trying to get to for years in your business. Hey there, Victoria. How you doing? For years you've been trying to get there, or you had the goal to get there by a certain, by a certain milestone. So maybe by a certain age, or maybe by a certain number of years in business. Is there anybody that has that experience, right? Let me know in the chat. I know I did that. Like, I had a milestone that I wanted to hit by a certain age and I didn't hit it. But I hit it, like, I want to say 2 years after. But if that is you, if you have a certain, hey there, Shauna, if that is you, I want to talk about that, because I think oftentimes we think that the biggest challenge that's stopping us from getting to that new revenue goal, for hitting that revenue peak, is the next new shiny object that everybody's talking about in terms of funnels or sales or marketing or copy, or, I could just list off a various number of things. You think that it's a particular new methodology that you are lacking to get you there. Now, I will say at some point, you may need, you likely do need more education. I believe in that. I believe in always, when I say education, I don't just mean learning to learn. I mean, actually learning new methods makes sense, okay, to apply to your business. However, here's the problem. Hey there. The problem is you might already know, or you might be working with someone that has shared you with key methodologies, or you might now be taking time to go and learn new methodologies. And then after you learn those methodologies, what do you do with it? Do you find yourself stuck in a habit of not following through with the implementation? Or if you do follow through with the implementation, you don't go all in. You kind of tweak it such that you do the parts that you feel comfortable with, but the parts that you don't feel comfortable with, you don't do. Has anybody been guilty of that? It's kind of like trying to bake a cake and not putting the eggs in it and being surprised when you don't have a cake. Like, has anybody had that experience? Okay. All right. Hey there, Coach Dawn Michelle. Well, let me tell you, to me, what's going on there is that's an indicator of a larger problem. Okay, that's an indicator of a larger problem, because the problem may not be that you don't know what to do. The problem may be that your mindset has got you limited to only playing in your field of acceptability. And when I say acceptability, it's both internal and your perceived external acceptability. I know most of you have probably heard of this term, maybe acceptability politics. People talk about acceptability politics and how you should be free and do whatever you want and not have to worry about what other people think about you because it's it's about acceptability politics. Well, I'm going to talk about acceptability business, because I think a lot of us are stuck in our heads, limiting what we are doing, limiting how big we show up, because we're concerned what other people are thinking about us, or We just don't have the confidence in ourselves to move through. Or when we are told what we need to do, okay, and what it requires, we aren't willing to pay the cost to be the boss. Boom. I mean, really, it's in one of those buckets. It's in one of those buckets. Like, what I have found is that oftentimes when people are at the precipice of a breakthrough and they know they've done all they know how to do, okay, so they seek help to try to move up the ladder so that they can make faster progress towards where they want to go. One of two things happens. That person either boldly moves into that space and executes and re-executes and understands that the magic is in the reiteration, the iteration of the thing and the perfecting of the thing, and they're making money all along the way. Or they're those people that stop just short of action. Right before they, in essence, push the button on whatever activity they have to do, whether that's investing in that coach, whether that's implementing what their coach has told them to do, whatever that may be, before they start the movement, now they start doubting themselves. What if my very first coach used to call this little me. They start listening to little me in their ears. And that is that part of you that self-sabotages your ability. That's that part of you that makes you doubt your ability to do it. That's that part of you that makes you wonder, is this going to even work? Can I make it work? What if it doesn't work? And so you move back into that small space that's cramped, but you've made it comfortable because you are too scared to move beyond it. That's what happens. And until you're ready to do that thing that makes you feel uncomfortable, you're going to be stuck where you are in that revenue compartment that you want to get out of. Like, is there anybody here that's ever made, for example, a big, scary investment in themselves, just in terms of coaching, for example? I know I have several. Okay. And one thing that I've learned along the way is that as you do this, each time you do it, it becomes easier, not because you don't feel the fear around making that movement. I don't know if the fear is the word, but you feel, you're like, you're feeling some kind of way, right? But what I have learned is that as you mature in this process, you understand that that is the feeling that happens before you get a next level breakthrough. But when you are a more novice to this process, when you feel that angst, when you fear that, I don't know, some people might call it anxiety, okay? When you fear that, questioning, like, can I actually do this? Is this too much of a risk? Like, when you're having all of those thoughts, those people who stay below their revenue potential, let those thoughts keep them there rather than having the courage to bet on themselves and do what they have to do in order to get to the next level. Know that there is no advancement in life without you paying a cost of some sort. It's going to be a monetary cost. It's going to be a time cost. It's going to be one of those things, but you are going to have to put in the work in order to learn something new and then execute. And along that process of execution, it's going to feel uncomfortable because you've never done it before. You've never done it before. But here's the beautiful thing. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. And the more comfortable you get with it, the better you get at it. And that is the key. Knowing that that is the process, knowing that that is the path, and having the confidence and the faith in yourself in order to make it happen. What up, Wendy Garvin Mayo? I cannot wait to see you at Black Millionaire Coach Live. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Wendy calls it the shift. Okay. She says that feeling is the shift. That's exactly what it is. It is the shift. And some people are scared of the shift. And some people who have felt it and know the results on the other side of that shift when you implement are like, oh, yeah, that means this is my next step. I just have to tell you, entrepreneurship is not for the weak at heart. It's not for those who cower. It's for those people who are willing to bet on themselves. And you can reach success in business playing it uber conservative and cautious, but your success will be limited because your success is limited by your belief to stretch the boundaries of what you are capable of. And if you overcorrect in terms of being too cautious and too limiting, you are nowhere near stretching the boundaries of what you're capable of. You're like a rubber band that's like right here when it has the ability to be stretched all the way out to here. And that's another reason why your revenue levels are stuck below what you're capable of, because you have not stretched yourself to achieve what you are preordained to have when you are bold enough to do the actions that are necessary to go get it. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the other side of this, I told you this is what keeps people stuck, but I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm hyped. Okay. I am hyped because, as I mentioned previously, I am just a few days away from Black Millionaire Coach Live. I was just at the hotel yesterday doing the final walkthrough, meeting with AV, having the meeting with the whole team. Let me just tell you, it's going to be hyped. And that's why I'm hyped, okay? Because I'm excited that we're going to get the opportunity to stretch those individuals that are in that room. We're going to get the opportunity to pour into them the insights, the knowledge, the strategy, give them time to actually apply what they're learning in real time to their businesses so that they are prepared upon exit with specific assets that they can put to use in their business immediately to move 6, multi-6, even 7-figure shifts and make that real in their businesses. That's why I'm so hyped, y'all. I am so hyped and excited about that. I cannot wait. Now, I do want you to know that we basically sold out. We only have 1 seat left. But I did want you all to understand that we are pre-selling our recordings. So if you know you cannot be there, if you know you can't be there, that's okay. That is all right. We'd rather you be there because that's the best experience. But if for some reason you cannot, you can still go to blackmillionairecoachlive.com, look for the button there that will allow you to get pre-sell for the actual replays. And you can order that now. And then as soon as that's done, the replays are done and edited. It'll take maybe about a week or 2 maximum post the conference. Then it'll be emailed right to you and you can watch the whole thing from the comfort of your own home. But the bottom line is get ready to stretch, whether you see it live or whether you see it on the replay. Get ready to be stretched. Get ready to be informed, get ready to be inspired, get ready to be poured into, get ready to have the information and the inspiration that you need in order to take your business past those revenue ceilings that you might have been stuck within for years. So here is the last bit of advice I'm going to give you before I jump off here today, because as I mentioned, I have a whole bunch of things to do, okay? I am just going to give you this little bit of advice. If you are considering something about your business, and you knew when that opportunity was presented to you that it was the thing that you really needed for your business, but all of a sudden little me started chirping in your ear. All of a sudden you started doubting yourself. All of a sudden you started getting very, very nervous. That shift was going on, that internal shift was going on inside, and you did that with a sort of fight or flight sort of reflex, and you flew. I am going to challenge you this week to challenge yourself to flex your courageous muscle, to flex your courage muscle, to do that thing that you've been avoiding to do that thing that scares you, to do that thing that you know you need to do in your business, but you have been making every excuse under the sun not to do it, oftentimes based on your own lack of confidence in yourself. The biggest problem isn't that you need the next latest funnel. The biggest problem is that you need to fix this. And you need to make sure that this has unflinching faith in you And then you need to fix this, and that you need to not let this stop you from executing on the other side of the information that you need in order to take your business to the next level. Both of those things need to be in place. Both. So you need to be brave enough to go get the knowledge, but you need to be brave enough to go implement the knowledge. And when you do that, that's when you will experience that shift that will penetrate that revenue ceiling that's been keeping you behind. Yes, you need to have the right strategies, but if you're not implementing on those strategies, hello, it ain't gonna work. It is not gonna work. So if you know you need the strategies, though, once again, if you know, hey, I will implement, I will take action, but I need the strategy, that's why I want you to show up at Black Millionaire Coach Live, either virtual, either in person, or via the replay. Either way, you're going to get the information that you need to take it to the next level. Then it's up to you to act on the other side of that implementation of that information. Ugh, can't talk today. All right. So with that said, you all, it was wonderful seeing you this morning. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I am excited to be spending the rest of the day finishing up all of the final details as it relates to Black Millionaire Coach Live. You know why? Because this is going to be the baddest event ever. Okay. If you are a coach or consultant and you want to experience the premier event to help you to understand what you need to have in place in your business to make millions, then you need to be in the place to be. It's called Black Millionaire Coach Live. I look forward to seeing you there. You can grab your, hopefully, ticket. I think there may be one more left. If you go on there and it's working, there's still one left at least. So you can grab your ticket and join me next week, or you can go ahead and secure and pre-order your actual recording of the event after. Okay. So with that said, you guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you later. Take care, guys. Bye.